Welcome to the Global Trumpets Festival.
6 Tage mit den 13 Konzerten, mit 10 Vorträgen, 7 Meisterkursen und Workshops und insgesamt werden mehr als 50 Gäste und Künstler auf der Bühne stehen.
I wish your festival a success from here, Japan. I'll play Horogai for your happiness.
Stretch your body like really here opening, because this is something, some parts that start to close, you know, when we have the concert and then we have a lot of stress or something.
Well, we have all the like sportish thing in our body, and at the same time we have all the emotional, intellectual thing that a musician can have. So we are so complete.
What happens when we keep that note going? Can we keep that note going?
That's also what I think is important for us too, as trumpet players, as musicians, to sing, sing and dance.
Alle Musiker sind Geschichtenerzähler.
Okay, alle zusammen?
I want to speak today about my instrument, the cornetto. It was an instrument that in the 16th and 17th centuries was thought to have a unique kinship with the human voice, an ability to imitate words and the expression of a singer better than any other instrument. For me, it's a constant process of trying to get close to the players of earlier centuries.
If the system isn't working, if we say we don't like the legal route, my question is, how long do we wait before we do something?
Talking about abilities, it's already, so prehistoric, Talking about if men is the same as women, I'm like, so that's not the point. So legally, it needs to be equal. So then we can discuss about quality, okay? And I think that our job is to be able to create a great atmosphere for the students just to be,
If you take the extreme forms of discrimination and deal with them, it raises awareness of discrimination. And it makes it easier to talk about discrimination in other fields. The discrimination which undoubtedly affects women, not just in music, but in all aspects of life.
And music education can play a leading role in promoting equality, as it always has done when it's freed up to do so.
As I walk in the street, and there's like someone coming towards my direction, and that person would cross to the other side until I pass and then come back to continue the course. All right, but then same person Same person, I finish the performance, comes towards my direction, directly straight. And I say, why not doing that when I'm in the street? You know, why not same action when I'm walking around? Why is it that you have to see me first on stage, approving, and then saying, all right, I can cross the person? You see?
This piece was written just after the birth of the Black Lives Matter organization, and it raises a number of important questions about the response of the international new music community to what we can look at as an increasingly multicultural and multiracial, i.e. creolized societies in which its performances, curatorial direction, and critical and philosophical inquiries are being presented.
Sometimes, if I start talking outside, it's just a black guy screaming. It's just a young person talking. But when you arrive on stage, like you read the name, you say, yeah, all right, we have I Can't Breathe piece being performed today. So like people go, they say, yeah, I want to hear it. And there's where I say, I have an opportunity right now, so I will tell you all.
And for me, this new awareness bears strong resonances not only for the understanding of I Can't Breathe, but for the future of new music itself. In the end, a creolized work like I Can't Breathe represents itself as a move toward a new identity for new music, no longer framing itself as a globalized pan-European sonic diaspora. The goal of a creolized new music field is less about pursuing diversity than achieving, and this one is for you new music heads out there, achieving a new complexity that promises far greater creative depth by recognizing the widest range of historical, geographical, political, and cultural cross-connections. How did you create this piece?
It was created in the same way in which the first rocket went to Mars. It broke the sound barrier. Okay. Man used to fly based off of gravity, and symbolically, musicians usually apply the sound-making material, the sound-making possibility through either vibrating of a reed or the buzzing of the lip or the beating of a membrane drum or some kind of mechanism that's the response to something. And that would be flying with gravity, okay?
Yeah, he prefers the term creative. And so he goes back into really in a very deep sense of just creation, which I think is much more embracing, and I find that very liberating to think about it as creative music rather than it's improvised or it's composed.
If we look here, this is the didgeridoo, and these stories of creation, the trumpet shall sound and the dead shall be raised. These stories of creation are everywhere. In the early days, we've got this chamber idea on the shell trumpet, so can be seen as a chamber from which humanity emerges. And this is very strong in the early time, but here we see that by this time, all instruments are being seen as chambers from which people can come, from which resurrection can come.
It's not always adding things, you can remove things from the trumpet. One of them is the third slide, or the first slide, you say. So when I remove this one, of course, if I press the first slide, the sound will come from here.
To myself, is it possible to play the trumpet professionally without studying? Because what remains is like an essence.
More brass instruments were invented in the first half of the 19th century than in any 50-year period before the sins.
This one written by Leroy Anderson, you know, the one we've been rehearsing all week.
Professor Lobisch hat selbst gesagt, schade, dass du ein Mädchen bist, sonst hätte ich dich zum Philharmoniker machen können. Aber die Realität ist eingetroffen wirklich in New York. Als ich erste Trompeter war im Juilliard Orchestra, war ein Probespiel für die zweite Stelle in der Metropolitan Opera. Mein zweiter, dritter, vierter Trompeter waren eingeladen, aber ich nicht. Das war die Realität.